Good morning and welcome to my garden. Today we're inside. It's a cold, nasty day, and outside we do have some plants in the cold frame. But I'm going to go through some plants that we will be growing this year. Right here we have a little red star artichoke plant. Right here's our red star artichokes. Plant that I find does quite well. We can treat it as an annual. We do have to get it sown early so it gets some time and can experience some cold before summer. We have to trick it into thinking it's winter. Here we have our seed. Two little seed there. We're going to put it in this pot. I planted, and I'm short of one plant. I would like 6. I only have 5, so we'll slip him in there. A little dirt over. The soil has been all pre-moistened, ready to go. We're also going to be doing some bunching onions. This is a variety that I like for warmer weather. This is a large one. It gets quite large, but it does not form bunches. It's a single stalk type. Properly hilled, it does get that 20-24 inches. It's quite a bunching onion. Nice big stalk. This is another one that we will be growing. Just takes cold a little better. It's a cool season. It does not like its heat. With our onions, there's variations in what temperature they like. This is one we'll be growing, and if you'll bear with me, I'm going to set this down, and I'll go through the process of how we sow these seed. I'm doing this by myself, so it's a one hand job here. I'm not fancy, don't have all the fancy equipment. But here's our seed in our hand, and all we have to do is sprinkle them into this little pot here, and we can plant these rather thickly. I prefer just to cover with just a smidgen of soil, like so. We'll level it out, and that's all we have to do with that one. Here we have some onions that were planted a week ago, coming along nice. And I have some that are even older, but we'll do these in stages. I don't plant them all at once, and then I can see if something doesn't come, I still have time, and I'll have plants that are at the size I want when it's the right time. But we'll be doing these Red of Florence. This here's a Rosa Lunga defreeze. It's a very nice onion. I've grown all of these before. This is an Tropea Rosa Tonda, another nice onion. But while we're on the subject of onions, before we go on to the next thing, I'll talk about these guys. This is the most common little bunching onion, but they're not really a bunching onion. They only grow a single stalk. They don't grow a bunch, and they're small. I do like these as a fill-in because they're quick. 60 days, 50 days, even younger, they'll be ready to eat. They're just not going to give us the punch for the row space they take up, but they're a good little scallion. Our common white Lisbon bunching, what most of us are more familiar with than the Japanese bunching onions. But we won't plant these in pots. We will directly sow these in the garden. That's something for later. And if you like onion, a mild onion taste, right here is one that is highly overlooked. Our leeks. We plant them in these pots, same as we will our onions. Transplant these out at the appropriate time. Keep them held. I've never had one get as big as in the picture, but they do get big. And they are quite a good addition to our garden. They're called Welsh asparagus by some people. they're that common. They're very mild, wonderful addition to our garden. Hopefully, maybe I've inspired you to try something new. Y'all have a wonderful day and keep growing.